The restaurant went silent when the billionaire asked the waitress one simple question. It wasn't about the menu. It wasn't about the wine. It wasn't even about the bill. It was a question so small, so ordinary, that no one expected it to change the entire room. She could have answered politely. She could have smiled and walked away. Instead, she told the truth. And by the time she finished speaking, forks were frozen midair, conversations had stopped, and one of the wealthiest men in the country was staring at her as if he had just discovered something priceless. Because sometimes the most powerful answers don't come from boardrooms. They come from people the world overlooks. And what this waitress revealed that night would not only shock every guest in the restaurant. It would change the billionaire's life forever. Evelyn Carter had been working double shifts for almost 2 years. At 26, she balanced trays of expensive wine for people who spent more on dinner than she made in a month. Her uniform was always spotless. Her smile always warm. Her voice always calm. No one at the upscale restaurant knew that she rushed home every night to help her younger brother finish his homework. No one knew she had dropped out of college to care for him after their mother passed away unexpectedly. To the guests, she was simply the waitress. Invisible. Replaceable. That evening, the restaurant buzzed louder than usual. A private section had been reserved for a high-profile dinner. Investors, executives, and one particular guest of honor, Adrian Calloway. A self-made billionaire. Tech visionary. Magazine covers called him brilliant, ruthless, unstoppable. He arrived in a tailored suit, his presence shifting the energy of the room immediately. Conversations quieted slightly as he took his seat. The manager personally escorted him in. Evelyn had served important guests before. She treated them all the same, with dignity and efficiency. She approached the table with water glasses steady in her hands. "Good evening, gentlemen," she said warmly. "Can I start you with something to drink?" The men barely glanced at her. Orders were spoken quickly, eyes already returning to business discussions. All except Adrian. He watched her carefully. Not her face. Not her uniform. Her hands. There was something different about the way she moved, precise, controlled, almost analytical. When she returned with their drinks, Adrian asked casually, "Long shift?" Evelyn nodded lightly. "Just the usual." One of the executives chuckled. "She probably works harder than we do." Laughter rippled across the table. Evelyn smiled politely and continued placing plates down. But Adrian didn't laugh. Instead, he asked the simple question. "If you weren't here," he said calmly, "what would you be doing?" The table went quiet. The executives looked mildly confused. It was an unusual thing to ask a waitress. Evelyn paused for half a second. Most people expected her to say something safe. Traveling. Relaxing. Sleeping. Instead, she answered honestly. "I'd be finishing the medical research project I had to leave behind." The fork in one guest's hand froze midair. Adrian's eyes sharpened. "Medical research?" "Yes, sir," she replied evenly. "I was studying biomedical engineering. Specifically early detection systems for autoimmune diseases." The table fell completely silent. One executive smirked. "That's ambitious." Evelyn didn't react to the tone. "I was 2 semesters away from graduating," she continued. "Then my mother got sick. After she passed, my little brother needed someone. So I needed this job more than I needed a degree." The laughter from earlier felt distant now. Adrian leaned back slightly, studying her. "What was your project about?" he asked. She hesitated. No one had asked her that in 2 years. "It was an algorithm that could analyze minor variations in blood markers before symptoms appear," she said carefully. "It wasn't perfect. But early testing showed promising detection rates." One of the investors blinked. That kind of tech would be worth millions if validated. Evelyn nodded softly. "Maybe. But not everything valuable is profitable right away." The sentence landed heavier than she intended. Adrian stared at her, something shifting behind his eyes. After dinner plates were cleared and the check discreetly handled, the executives prepared to leave. But Adrian remained seated. "Miss Carter," he said gently. She turned. "Yes, sir." "Would you sit for a moment?" The manager looked nervous but didn't interrupt. Evelyn hesitated, then sat across from him. The restaurant buzzed again, but quieter now, curiosity hanging in the air. "You said early testing showed promise," Adrian continued. "Do you still have your research?" She swallowed. "Yes. I kept everything." "Why?" "Because I never stopped believing it could help someone." Adrian nodded slowly. "You know," he said, "when I started my company, investors laughed at me. They said my idea was impractical. Too early. Too idealistic." Evelyn listened carefully. "I built my fortune by betting on people who saw problems others ignored," he continued. "Tonight, I saw something rare." She frowned slightly. "What's that?" "Conviction without bitterness." The word stunned her more than any compliment about intelligence. "You gave up something enormous," he said quietly. "And you don't sound angry." Evelyn thought for a moment. "I am sometimes," she admitted softly. "But my brother didn't choose to lose our mom. So I chose not to let him lose me too." A few nearby guests subtly leaned closer. Adrian exhaled slowly. "Bring me your research tomorrow." She blinked. "Excuse me." "Full proposal. Data. Models. Everything." The executives who had been halfway to the door turned back. "You're serious?" one asked. Adrian didn't take his eyes off Evelyn. If her projections hold even 60% accuracy, it could revolutionize early diagnostics. The investor shook his head. "You don't know her." Adrian finally stood. "I don't need to," he said firmly. "I know integrity when I see it." The next few weeks moved like a whirlwind. Evelyn returned to her old notes late into the night after shifts. Adrian's Tech Foundation funded lab testing and validation. Results came back stronger than expected. Her algorithm didn't just predict early autoimmune markers, it improved detection timelines by nearly 30%. Medical journals took notice. Investors who once laughed requested meetings. But the most emotional moment wasn't the funding announcement. It was the day Evelyn walked her younger brother through the doors of her old university. She was re-enrolled. Full scholarship. Research fully funded. Her brother squeezed her hand. "Are we going to be okay?" he whispered. She smiled through tears. "We always were." Months later, at a press conference announcing the breakthrough, a reporter asked Adrian why he invested in a waitress with an unfinished degree. The room held its breath. Adrian smiled slightly. "Because I didn't see a waitress," he said. "I saw someone who chose responsibility over recognition. And people like that change the world." Back at the same restaurant months later, Evelyn stopped by, not in uniform, but in a simple blazer. The staff cheered quietly when they saw her. She looked around the room thoughtfully. Nothing had changed. And yet everything had. She understood now that value isn't defined by your current position. Sometimes you're in transition. Sometimes you're in sacrifice mode. Sometimes you're building quietly while the world assumes you're small. The strongest message of all. Never measure someone by the role they're temporarily playing. The quiet waitress may be a future innovator. The overlooked employee may carry the next big solution. And one simple question, asked with genuine curiosity, can unlock a destiny that changes lives forever. Because brilliance doesn't disappear when circumstances shift. It waits.